I didn't forget about Boruto. I just wasn't here. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. So another fun fact. Here we are for chapter 25. Why do I feel like it should be? Last was 24. Yeah. My brain was like, did I miss a chapter? No. Last chapter was 24. They're making a big deal about that. But chapter 24 of Boruto, Two Blue Vortex, which is known as Those Girls. So interesting. I'm guessing we're getting a chapter focused around the female cast. So let's see, with Himawari on the cover. And honestly, there is a couple of questions that are bouncing around my dome just because of like the current state of Boruto Two Blue Vortex. Like, how now with some of the Shinju being destroyed, right? Like Ryu was destroyed and Matsu was destroyed, but we know that Momoshiki's about to get active. We know Hidari is back. We know Jura is still a thing. Like, ultimately, I do wonder how the narrative is going to play out. Because Jura, he seems too passive. Like, I'm not sure. Usually, it's antagonists who drive the plot sometimes, especially in the Boruto and Naruto universe. But, like, with passive antagonists like this, I'm not exactly sure what's going to go down. So, I'm very excited, very interested to see. For this color cover page, I like it. You know, it's Himawari and Kurama. Now, I do genuinely wonder, does he have the same level of power? Or is he massively nerfed? Because he's still in baby mode. I mean, obviously, he was just reincarnated. But, like, I do genuinely wonder, how strong is this Kurama? Is he comp? Is he competent? Like, I have no idea. I genuinely am still interested on clarification for how Himawari and her connection to Kurama work. So, hopefully this chapter will give us a little bit of information on that. So, let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into it. Oh, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Okay, so they're about to restore Moegi. Let's see. Man, Konohamaru, dog. And hey, you know what? I just got a cut, so I can say this. Man, my boy, you gotta fix that hairline. To fix the hair, it's like, what are you doing, dog? I know the headband typically covers it, but jeez, you too, Shikamaru. Even unironically, Inojin got a better cut than you, dog. Like, what is that? Let's see. So they have the Thorn Soul Bow, and I think will this be the first person we see? Yeah, I think so. I think this will be the first person we see actually get undone. So let's take a look. So everyone's here: Himawari, Chocho, Shikadai, Inojin, and then Moegi. It'd be crazy if they thought. Well, obviously, I think they know because Boruto came back with the information from the future from Kachin Koji, and then told them. But it'd be hilarious if by doing this, it just caused the tree to pop out another one. Like this, imagine this, instead of acting like a lock and key system, it worked like a refresh system. Like once you reinsert the thorn bulb, it just birthed another one from that same thorn bulb. It's like, okay, we'll drain more nutrients from the base and then pop out another one, stronger than the last one that died. And sort of like a meta cooler situation. If you remember, the metal coolers, every time one was destroyed, the big Getty Star would produce another one that wouldn't be destroyed by the same phenomena as before. So it'd be hilarious if that's how this worked, but we know, I think it's just gonna lock her. Because it's like a locking key system. So let's see. They stab it in. Thunk. Oh, but I wonder, will the claw grind be reformed? Because remember, she got bit by a claw grind, that's why she's treed. So let's see. Alright. Sunk back in. Yep, and no. So it looks like the tree's just dissolving. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe there is a claw grind. Maybe. You know, Shikadai looking all shocked. Konohama looking all worried. At least he's flinching. Oh, no. She just fell out. So yeah. So this is truly just a traditional lock and key. And it looks like simply reattaching it. So I guess the claw grimes do just immediately sacrifice themselves the second they bite into somebody. They form that bond, and then once that bond is undone by the thorn bolt being added back in, it just destroys the claw grime. Let's see. Moegi, hey! Do you know who I am? Master Moegi! Let's see. I mean, I assume she's fine. Konohamaru-chan? Yeah, so she's back. She's back. Right. So, okay. Boruto, if you don't go get Sasuke, fight! Now, I know why he doesn't, because yours right there. But still. Man. Okay. So, they can be saved. So, Sasuke's fine. Well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe, like, it is a question. Do the people who get turned into trees go into a stasis where nothing happens? Like essentially their body and their metabolism and everything, like, do they breathe still? Because notably, at least from what I've seen, all the claw grimes, or at least all the claw grimes, once they bit into somebody and they turn into a tree, they leave the heads exposed, so they still need to breathe. So, like, I'm not exactly sure if like, could Sasuke still technically be on a timer because they'll just like run out of nutrients, or does the tree supply with nutrients? Like, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Himawari's happy. Konohamaru's happy. Gives him a hug. I love how Moegi's like, what? So I'm guessing you're put into like a comatose state where you don't realize how much time is passing, and that does seem to imply that they don't have any memories of whatever their Jubi clone did, at least seemingly, because she has no idea what's going on. She's like, huh? Why are we hugging in front of the kids? Oh, Konohamaru-chan, this is not the time for this. We can get freaky later. Let's see. Aw, but like she was gone for like a week. Okay, maybe longer than. Oh, hey, look at who's ore farming up in the heavens right now, dog. Hey, I see you. But yeah, Konohamaru. Unfortunately, especially with this plotline already being over, I'm guessing Konohamaru's always gonna stay fodder. Like, there's no way this guy ever becomes relevant. I feel bad. Not like, I mean, he has the setup of the Sarutobi clan behind him, but like, unfortunately, they were just of the special names and special clans. He was the least. The Sarutobi feels like the least unique, or what got like the least to play in. So it's unfortunate. I just feel like Konohamaru's gonna always be buns, and especially with every single one of his team being massively stronger than him. With Sarda with her MS, Mitsuki with Sage Mode, and Boruto being Boruto. Man, it's just like, it's mad unfortunate, dog. Like, I want Konohamaru to do better and be better and have more and do more, but at the same time, can he really? Like I don't think it's in his kit right now. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Konohamaru-chan. And Boruto's up in the heavens. Oh, look at the little, he's, I see that little dot. Look at him smile. Look at him cheese. He's like, hey, go get in there, master. I know what you waiting for. Let's see. I was about to make a joke about tree sap, but that wouldn't work. That only work with Matsuri. Camera, please focus. I'm begging you. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay, so we're with Kankura. Let's see. Yeah, Shingi's been restored back to himself too. And Gaara's alive. He's injured, but not critically. He hasn't woken up yet due to the sealing jutsu, but he is expected to soon. Oh, okay. So interesting. That's interesting. So Shinki's sealing jutsu knocked out Gaara. I guess it makes sense though, because it was a sealing jutsu, right? Obviously, it's a protective sealing jutsu, but I suppose the thing it would do would not knock you out, because it's supposed to, like, sealing jutsu is supposed to suspend you in time. So very, very interesting. Very interesting. So Gaara's fine. Shinki's fine. I'm guessing. Yeah, Shinki's been restored back to himself too. So as long as, so they can't be the final antagonist. This definitely seals it for me. The Shinju, as cool as they are, as diverse as they are, as legendary, jacked, and juicy as they are, they cannot be anywhere near. They truly are. They're the Akatsuki. I'd say the Shinju, which is funny because you could definitely argue Kara was the Akatsuki of part 1, but with Kara dissolved, I guess the part 2, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex doesn't need an Akatsuki of its own, and the Shinju are clearly that, because if everything can be undone with minimal consequences, it doesn't matter. No, in order for a character to die, they need to actively die. Getting bit by Shinju doesn't mean anything as long as you can destroy the clone and then restore the original. So that's fine. There's going to be no issues here. Let's see. He hasn't woken up due to the sealing jutsu, but he was expected to soon. That's good to hear. Oh! Sai! It's been a minute, man. Let's see. Shikamaru, the elders are calling. Okay, let's see what they gotta say. Let's see. I'll be right there. We'll see. But then again, what do the elders have to be mad about right now? I guess maybe Boruto existing? Maybe? Or, well, we'll see. Or maybe we won't see, because this is clearly not there. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is Sakura. I don't see any bone or muscle atrophy. No organ issues either. Either? Can I not read? I don't see any bone or muscle atrophy. No organ issues either. The only thing is that your chakra flow is sluggish, like from that tree having fed off you. Okay. So yeah. So I get so there. But you know what? I mean, this chakra flow being sluggish may be a problem eventually. We'll see. But man, that really so ultimately Sasuke and Naruto are just in a stasis of sorts. Naruto's in a literal stasis with Hinata because, you know, they're in a timeless void, so they can't move or do anything. And obviously nothing will change because time isn't passing, and the only thing things change is when time is passing. And then Sasuke's in the same boat, right? I don't know. Boruto's being kind of unclear on how long the time gaps are between certain events. But considering it seems she was not being fed or given any water for like a week as her mouth was covered, or possibly more. I still don't know how much time has passed. She's fine. So presumably Sasuke's fine. And it looks like the tree will maintain its host since it feeds off the chakra of its host. So ultimately, I mean, like, the stakes are still there. Like Sasuke could never come back, but like he's gonna come back. They're gonna boom Hidari. Hidari wasn't really comp already, so like they're gonna boom him. But still, I'm a little like I was hoping for maybe at least a little muscle atrophy or a little bone decay. Like ultimately, just to give a little bit of urgency, let's say, to Boruto saving Sasuke, right? Because at least with how it's set up now, Boruto could take 10 years to save Sasuke as long as Hidari's alive and doesn't get boomed and have his thorn soul boom somewhere, then he's fine. Sasuke will just chill there. In fact, Sasuke will stop aging, at least seemingly, if there's no bone. Well, then again, maybe not aging, but in terms of no bone or muscle atrophy, he's not going to get any weaker. He's going to stay there. He's in a literal stasis, just without the actual time void that Naruto's stuck in. Let's see. Clatter? Huh? The only thing is that your chakra flow is sluggish, likely from the tree having fed off you. Okay, Sarada? You gonna tell your mom about the Mangekyo? In fact, you better ask her about the Mangekyo, because you gonna need your daddy's eyes soon, because I completely forgot. Sasuke's original eyes are technically still in play. I should have reread Naruto and looked, but if I haven't reread Boruto, you know I haven't reread Naruto. But I should have reread Naruto and looked. Do we know where Sasuke's original eyes are? Does Sasuke know where they are? Because I'm pretty sure it was Obito who performed the procedure, right? Who took the lost Sharingan eyes and then gave him Itachi's. Which is what Sasuke's currently missing, right? He had that one stab. But, like, does he? Like, do they have that? Like, are they contained in a jar somewhere? Where are Sasuke's old eyes? Because they're still there. Obviously, they're blind, but we know they'll be refreshed into Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan for Sarada. So that'll be her things. Like, Sarada, you need to get to snitching on yourself. Like, yeah, you will not the Mangekyo. You make it snappy. Tell your mama. Let's see. So, your overall condition can be summed up as mild malnutrition. Can it though? If there's no muscle or bone atrophy, what is mild? Well. Okay, so maybe there is a soft time. So maybe there's a soft time limit. So it feeds off you physically. So I get, but like if you're not being fed, wouldn't your muscles and bones atrophy a little bit? Like you need energy to maintain yourself at least somewhat, right? I don't know. This feels a little bit of mixed messaging, but I guess since chakra is life force, you could chalk up to maybe feeding oneself needing life force instead. So maybe Sasuke is on a time limit. But then again, I wonder what happens if like a tree consumes too much of its host. Like, for example, in the Marvel universe, a symbiote can, instead of feeding on other people, it can feed on its own host for nutrients to maintain itself, but then it'll kill its host. Venom, the Venom symbiote, which isn't actually named Venom, by the way. Like, Venom is the fusion of the symbiote and somebody else. The Venom symbiote, ironically enough, does not have a name. All of its kids have names. Carnage, Scream, well, Scream is the life foundation. It's complicated. But essentially, all Venom's kids or offshoots have names, but the Venom suit itself, like the black suit, doesn't actually have a name. Weird fact. I don't know why. I learned that recently. I was like, huh? But in that universe, symbiotes can feed off their base host for a while, but obviously they need external materials. So I do wonder, is Sasuke on a time limit? Like, could he die of starvation? Because mild malnutrition is one thing, but how long has Sasuke been sealed? Once again, I'm not sure. We know he was sealed during the time skip, because obviously Boruto was not strong enough. He hadn't met up with Kashin Koji yet. He hadn't increased his stats enough. So maybe Sasuke's been sealed in the Shinju for like over a year? And in that case, like, how much time does he have left? If he's able to survive that long without food. Like, I don't know. Interesting. Just eat lots and get plenty of rest. Oh, phew. Yay, master! Oh, so sorry to make everyone worry. I mean, like, it's not your fault you got tree diffed. Let's see. Thank you, Konohamaru-chan. This is all Konohamaru's got, though. We gotta give him something. If we're not gonna give the man Sage Mode, if we're not gonna give the man the Enma Summon, we gotta give him something. We gotta give him something. If something is Moegi, something is Moegi. Let's see. No problem. Just get well quickly, huh? Konohamaru playing off the fact that he needs to go to a barber, dog, fix that hairline and fix the hair. Let's see. Up, Sumire and Sarada. They left on bad terms. Let's see. Hey, You have a minute? Oh, okay. So they're actually gonna. So that's why the chapter's called The Girls. We're going through and we're addressing the current states of everybody. Probably gonna address Himawari and Kurama eventually. We're addressing Moegi, the girl. We don't even poor Shanky, man. You are not important enough that we don't even get to see the person who liked you get buried, and we didn't get to see you get freed. But we're focusing on Moegi. Now we're presumably going on the two main girls, Sumire and Sarada. So let's see. You have a minute? Yeah. Okay. So they're out. This is where they ran into Boruto the last time, right? He teleported to like the tree and then started to tackle them into a hug. Let's see. Just awkwardly standing there. Good job out there. Your mission. It was rough, wasn't it? And she does have some information because I remember Sumire was with Amato. So she wasn't. Did she? Did she see the Sarada Mangekyo awakening? Because I remember Amato saw Jura say, "Hey, Naruto's alive, isn't he?" And Kawaki was like, "I mean, what if he is, though?" So like, Kawaki didn't deny it. So I know Amato saw that. I think he was listening beforehand. But I do wonder if, like, Sumire knows about the Mangekyo. And Sarada, have you told anybody about that? You need your daddy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Kinda. Stop being awkward. Speak. No, I'm kidding. I get it. Especially because, like, these are both teenage girls. Like, how old is the guy? Like, are they like 16? Or like 17? Like, they are nowhere. They still aren't even adults. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Kinda. Just awkwardly sitting next to each other. Sumire. Okay. So they're getting down to business. Let's see. Okay, well, at least start look her in the eyes. Come on now. You gotta be real. I mean, may I call you that? Oh, right, because she always calls her class rep. And that's how their last interaction ended, right? Because Sumire, their last... Yeah, there we go. It's right there. How much longer will I still just be class rep to you? But, like... Well, no. Because they've only had each other these past 2 years, right? They're the only ones. And I do wonder how we'll get that explained. How we'll get that rationalized. Because, like I said, for the longest time, I wanted to blame Sarada being immune because of her inherited, like, pseudo-Tsutsuki genes from Sasuke. But Sasuke wasn't even immune to omnipotence. So... I do wonder, is it the love for Boruto? Maybe. Maybe it's their shared, like, genuine, real, proper love for Boruto that allows them to see through omnipotence, and maybe, like, the only way to beat omnipotence is love. Which is kind of, like, an underlying theme of Naruto that I can see going on, or Boruto that I can see going on. But, with that being the case, they've only had each other to confide in, and the only ones that they can trust. Every time they've gone to anyone else with their information, their beliefs, they've been laughed out of the room, or put on watch lists for daring to divide the elders and stuff like that. So I guess it would be pretty weird for them to continuously, like, try to keep some sort of formal veneer over everything when realistically they should at least be friends, right? Like, at this point, they've been through so much together over the 2 years that we didn't even really get to see that they kind of have to be friends. Let's see. Sure. Okay, Samir, you wanted this though. You gotta be more accepting of this. Let's see. Oh! Ada, where's Damon? Bam, this really is the girl chat. We're getting everywhere. But Ada, where's Damon? You know for a fact. We was it the last chapter or the chapter before that? Focus, camera, focus! Why are we not focused? Really? It's at this that even that's not good focus. Focus. Okay, maybe I have to turn off auto. I don't know. I need to keep messing with the camera. But what was I gonna say? I think last chapter or previous chapter ended. You know that Momoshiki is coming. Where's Dave? I think you have more important things to be watching and looking out for than the girls having a girl chat. But then again, she is probably still suspicious of them because I think she knows that they know that it's her fault. like they definitely know. Like, so I get Ada watching them, but at least they're allies. You have top creepy buggy op coming to get what he can, just come to see what he can do, and you don't want to see what the bug tree can get down and dirty with. Let's see. I want to apologize. I've been insensitive about a lot of things. But, like, in your defense, Sarada, you've been kind of, and once again, I just don't know enough about Sumire, and I'll admit, I do not care enough about Sumire. But you've been going through it, Sarada. Losing your daddy, losing your brother from another mother, who you may happen to like at this point, losing like being outcasted, except for Sume. Like ultimately, sorry, you've gone through it, like through it. So I don't exactly blame you for being a little bit insensitive. Cause you got a lot going on. Let's see. Oh, but here we go. Samira's apologizing. No, I'm sorry for suddenly saying such rude things to you. At the time, I was so shocked. I didn't know what to say. Is this about the whole liking Boruto thing, I'm pretty sure? Or like the feelings about Boruto? Because what you said, every little bit of it was absolutely true. Ah, okay. So, I mean, let me keep reading. I was a coward, hiding from your feelings and my own lack of power. Ah, I see. I was avoiding the reality that was I was avoiding facing the reality that was right in front of me. Unfortunately, you don't know how to get packed up for you to realize that. Let's see. Huh? Remember when you asked me once, and does that bother you, Sarada? That other girls... Yep, there it is. That other girls might like Boruto? Huh? Seriously? Of course not. Yeah. I mean, then again, because, like... I don't know, because I do have a similar dynamic. There's one woman I've known since birth. She is 4 months older than me, but she's also like a fraction of my size. She is not like one of my actual cousins. She's a sister from another mister. We look nothing like nothing. We're not related in the slightest. But that's always been my baby sister. Well, I call her my big baby sister because she's like tiny, really tiny compared to me. But at the same time, she's older than me. So she's my big baby sister. But even like I don't know, I've never found her attractive. So I can't because ultimately I think Boruto and Sarada are kind of in a similar vein to I am, right? Ultimately, they grew up around each other, spent a lot of time together, became very good friends over the years, or at least had some sort of dynamic thanks to their parents being close. Same thing with me and my sister from another mister. But ultimately, I never found her attractive. I don't know. It's always been strange to me. Like, and I don't blame people. I know a lot of people, they do end up falling in love with their best friends, and I would consider her one of my best friends. Maybe because I know her. Maybe because I know her too well. So like, and thusly, I'm just generally not attracted to her. And then I don't find myself attracted to family. I think that's a little weird. So since I view her as family, maybe that's why I've always been like separated from it. So I don't fully get the whole idea here of Sarada developing feelings for Boruto. But at the same time, it's less that they just had a different dynamic. I think I may have overlapped a little too much fandom with what actually happened. Like I consumed a bunch of Naruto, Boruto fanfic and like fan content such as comics and stuff like that, where I see like Boruto and Sarada being like essentially co-raised. Especially when Sasuke was gone, I've seen like a bunch of stories of Sakura, Hinata, like coming together with Naruto the best they could when Naruto was super busy as well. To like raise Boruto and Sarada and Himawari all together. And they spent a whole bunch of time together and they essentially were attached to the hip all the way through the academy. That may have just not been the case. Like I said, I haven't reread Boruto properly yet. And we probably don't have enough context for that. So ultimately, Boruto's just a guy. And I'm a handsome fella. What can I say? And he's very cool. So ultimately started developing feelings. Just does make sense. These things do happen. But let's see. Of course not. Oh, okay, interesting. I wasn't lying. Not back then. I had utterly no interest in Boruto at that point. He didn't take up any space in my thoughts. Okay, so see, like that. But see, and that's why I think I've overlapped fandom too much with like reality. And I've compared a little bit too much to my own dynamic with my sister from another mister, where I'm like, no, because she does take space in my mind. As in, I worry for her because I know what she does. I know her profession. I'm like, that's very high stress. Are you okay? Like, I do hit her up and I'm like, you good? You chilling? You sane? Good. So like, I worry for her in that case, and that is more so care and concern versus interest. But now I'm assuming absence made the heart grow fonder, right? Because this is 2 years ago, pre-time skip, when she said that, and it was true. But now that she lost Boruto, now she has nothing to reflect on but Boruto. And Boruto came back all tall, jack, juicy, and handsome. And he lost an eye, giving him a nice, cool aesthetic scar. Now suddenly, she's feeling a certain type of way. What can I say? Let's see. He didn't take up any space in my thoughts. Ada's like, ain't no way she's about to confess right now. Live on camera? Live on camera? Live on my camera? But Ada, they don't know you're watching, Ada. Let's see. But one day I realized I was spending more and more time thinking about him. And you know what? I'm trying to think of any, like, my own previous crushes. It does kind of work. Like, I'm trying to think. Every person I've dated before, I was admittedly friends with them beforehand. It's very hard, even though I think ultimately it's kind of best. I don't like shifting from friendship to relationship, but I think I've always done that just because it's easier, right? I like to know a person before I'd ever consider pursuing them romantically. But even then, as I've gotten older, I'm trying to, like, shift that perspective out. Because ultimately, I don't, as I get older and friendships become scarcer and harder to maintain because, you know, like, it's busy. I don't want to sack, especially if it's, like, multiple years of friendship. I don't want to sack that over, like, hey, I like you, and then that doesn't go south. Because, like, no matter what, every single time I've seen it, or every single time it's happened, it's always been a little weird afterwards. And there are some people who I was friends with, and then we dated for a little bit, we're like, this is not really working out, and then it stopped. And I'm still friends with them to this day. But the dynamic is different than when beforehand. And I'm not a guy who likes to shift the dynamic up all too much. I'm very basic. I'll really admit, your boy's pretty basic. So I do understand that sometimes it does happen. Like, I'm trying to think, even like my first girlfriend, it literally was a chance of like, do I? And like, it was a day by day thing where like, yeah. And it comes to happen. And no, admittedly, once I figured out, I wasn't really in denial. I was just like, well, darn. That's crazy. And I like asked her out 2 weeks later. And that was nice. Didn't work out though because she moved. And I was like, I could do long distance. But at that time, I really couldn't. We were in high school then. Like that just, it would not have worked out. How was I supposed to maintain a cross-country relation? Like, I was like, do you. Have your fun. Be free. And I think about it. When was the last time I checked up on her? I think she's doing fine. I don't know. I probably shouldn't check up on her. Man, when was the last time I talked to her? It's been like a year and a half. I don't know. I need to see. But regardless, all that aside, I understand this idea of like a progressive feeling. You don't think about someone in a certain way, but then things happen and they start to ramp up more and more and more. And you're like, oh, well, darn. My heart. These butterflies. My stomach. Let's see. Sumire, what you got to say about this? You know, trouble just seems to follow him, and he's always in a bind. I'm constantly worried about him as one of his teammates. Oh, wait, so... Okay, so maybe this interaction is earlier than I thought. I thought she started developing feelings over part 2, but this does imply she's developed feelings in part 1. Let's see. As one of his teammates. But before long, I started to get confused about whether my feelings only existed because we're on the same team, or if it was something more. Yeah. It's a little something more. And like, admittedly, I always live by philosophy, don't date your coworkers. Don't, and notably, I'm speaking from second experience. I never actually have, who knows? And in fact, some of my friends have dated their coworkers, and it's going fine so far. Have any of them got married? None of them got married yet, but still, you know, that's fine. Marriage isn't necessary. But I'm personally rule against dating your coworkers, because like, it's issues, it's weird. And I especially rule against dating either a boss or an inferior. If you're in a management level position and you want to date one of your own workers, I always think that's weird because of the power imbalance, and vice versa. If you're a worker and you want to date your boss, I mean, like, it's still, like, I don't know, HR would have a field day with y'all. So I've never been a fan of either of that dynamic. I've never been a guy who's like, I want to date my coworkers. And like, I'm not saying that none of my coworkers have never been attractive, but like, it's just weird. I don't know. I don't like it. But, you know, I get it. You spend most of your time with a group of people, you're going to develop certain opinions and feelings about them. Think about it. Especially if you do a 40-hour work week, you spend more time with your coworkers than you ever will with your family. Ever. Especially if you're like on a team where you're constantly messaging and interacting and working together, especially if you're forced to go into the office, still in the modern day, then yeah, ultimately the people you're going to consistently interact with are your coworkers. You're going to know those people better than you know yourself after a while. So yeah, I don't blame people for still going for it anyway. Even if it typically can go bad, if HR can have a field day with you, stuff like that. I don't blame people because, you know, the emotions build, especially if you're attracted to them. Sometimes you'll fall in love and they're not even initially attracted. Like I've heard many cases, admittedly, mostly from my female friends, where like they at first were not attracted to their significant other, but then like they grew attracted to them based on like consistently interacting with them. And I've always found that interesting, but I know. Emotions. What's it? If it was something more. Ada's like, they're really about to do this. Let's see. But spending energy obsessing over such things made me a complete loser, which made me wonder whether I had any right to still try and become Okage. Oh yeah, I forgot that was her name. That's right, sorry, that's whole character motivation. If I had any right to still try to become Okage. You misunderstand. You're probably deluding yourself. It's so crazy that Yoda had to die for this. You know, anything with the character development, right? Anything with the character development. Let's see. Sorta. Eddie's like, yo, my show's on right now. And why is it kind of gap? Let's see. But you see, I've decided to stop running. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna stick your man. And like, I mean, obviously Boruto is like the main Boruto ship. I know there are like Borutsuki, not Boruto and the Otsutsuki, but Boruto Mitsuki shippers out there. I always read that more as like unrequited love. Like Mitsuki loves Boruto and Boruto's like, you're a cool guy. That's how I've kind of always read that. I don't know, like, and maybe it's just because the Boruto in me is relatively strong, and I just don't look for it. I don't actually even know how many, like, I haven't even seen much of Borumire art, but I'm assuming it exists. There has to, like, the character's still here and is being proposed as like a main possible love interest for Boruto. So like it's gotta exist, but it exists outside my purview. Like I can't, like, typically I can think of like 50 different cases of Boruto art, like off the top of my dome piece. Like I could cycle through them in my head. I can't think of a one Borumire art. I don't know, but then again, my social media feeds aren't like super tuned to Boruto, admittedly. But it's not like I've come across that much Boruto art. So I don't know. Let's see. But you see, I've decided to stop running. Okay. I also like Boruto. Yep, there we go. Congratulations. But you know what? She's admitting it. She's admitting it to the one person who she also knows likes Boruto. And I think now with this in mind, and the whole idea of love being like the main focal point of Boruto right now, because remember, that's what our current main antagonist Joe is all about. He's like, I want to understand love. Because realistically, it makes absolutely no sense, but it gives you crazy, dumb, stupid Buku Bankas buffs. And I need that. For real. So, like, with that being the case, I am 100% convinced the main reason that Sarada and Sumeri were unaffected by omnipotence is because they love Boruto. And love transcends even the gods. Right? So, that's what I'm assuming. So her finally admitting it, legally give her a nice strong little mental buff on top of her already insane Mangekyo buff. Though I do genuinely wonder, Sumeri, what's your point in this narrative? What is like, and this is a genuine question because I haven't reread part 1 in a while. And I probably will still not reread part 1 in between this and the 19th. I'm currently recording this on the 1st. For reference, I'm not sure when this video is going to go live, but I'm recording it on the 1st. And I literally saw on videos, next chapter dropping September 19th. So it won't be too long. It'll only be like 20 days between this review and the next review. But what did Sumeri even do in part 1? I genuinely don't remember. I have to go look. But I don't know. Sarada keeps getting buffs. She now likes Boruto. Boruto seems to be the main ship. I have no idea what Sumeri's role is going to be. Other than possibly being turned into a tree. I'm smelling tree stuff. I'm smelling trees. But let's say, I also like Boruto. Sumeri's like, but this is exactly what you wanted, huh, Sumeri? Yo, hitting the... She's like... She's like, really? We're doing this now? But Sumeri, isn't this what you want? You want it. It's funny. But then again, I guess once you get what you want, it's not always what you envisioned it as. Because Sumeri wanted this. She wanted Sarada to acknowledge her as more than just class rep, someone, you know, a state of authority, someone separate, not by her own name. But she got that, and then was like a little bit like, okay, I guess you can do that. It feels a little weird, but fine. Sure. Ellipses, then sure, then another ellipses. And now you wanted her to talk about her feelings for Boruto, and bada bing, bada boom, here she is now, admitting feelings for Boruto, and now Sumeri looks away. It's rough stuff, ain't it? Maybe you should have kept her in denial, Sumeri. Let's see. My wanting to help him will only make me stronger. And unironically, because of your Uchiha bloodline, actually how that works. Genuinely how that works. Now we just need to get some Hashirama cells in here. Or Naruto cells? That seems weird. Well, we could get some Naruto cells. Through Boruto, we could get some Naruto cells in here. But I think that'd be way too late into the narrative for you to get a Rinnegan. Let's see. My wanting to help him will only make me stronger. It makes me think like I can become Hokage. Oh, okay. So yeah, using love. And notably, a big part of being Hokage is a love for the village, right? But even if Boruto isn't the whole village, he's a modicum of it, right? He's a piece of it. And acknowledging all feelings of love that has anything to do with the village, and Boruto obviously has something to do with the village, will definitely strengthen her ambition, provide her a solid foundation, will allow her to move forward. So I respect that. Sarada isn't just being like, I like Boruto, Hasumire, I'm going to be more canon than you. And it's also sort of being like, I need all the strength I can get from all those sources I can get it from right now. Currently, I may just not be calm. So ultimately, I'm going to do everything in my power to become calm. I like it. I'm rocking with it. It makes me think like I can become Hokage. Those are my new feelings. I love how Ada's still sweating like, what is happening? We'll see. I already knew long ago how you felt, Sarada. It was totally obvious. I'd be like, yeah, but still, look her in the eyes when you say that. Don't mock her. Back at you, Sumire. Oh, okay, so she smiles a little bit. So yeah, they acknowledge it. They're gonna be love rivals. But like, listen, Sumire, what do you have to offer? In fact, Boruto still calls you class rep. I don't think he's called you Sumire yet. So you got a long way to go on the man you want. And ultimately, I think the old childhood friend's got a higher chance. Just on levels upon levels upon levels of it. And I know Naruto would love to actually be related to Sasuke in some way. Let's see. But thank you for telling me directly. So from this point on, I'm not going to hold back anymore. Good luck with that, Sumire. Good luck with that, Sumire. Sarada's like, even said, look at the smirk. She's like, yeah, good luck with that. Well, let's see. Right back at you again. Ah, yeah. Sarada's winning. Ada's like, I can't believe they excluded me from this. No way. How dare you have such a super intense convo? Oh, okay. I love it, Ada. How dare you have such a super intense convo when I'm not present? I should have been here. I should have had to watch this on TV. I should have been able to be there. Let's see. Oh, but also, where's Damon? Where, Ada, you need protection. Where's Damon? Oh, wow, that's hilarious. Hey, come in, sensory unit. Please connect me stat. She's like, you want to talk about love without me? Without me? Let's see. Please connect me stat with those girls. Ah, I see, and they're running hand in hand. Very, very nice, very, very nice. Okay, so they're love rivals, but they're playful. And what's the chapter called again? Those Girls? Oh, wait, is it literally called Those Girls? Yeah, Those Girls. All right. So it isn't just like all the women who are getting an update. It's very specifically Those Girls, as in Sumire and Sarada. Nice. Nice roll credits. Let's see. Oh, and there we go. The final of Those Girls, maybe? Because we don't have that much left. Let's see. She's meditating back home. All right. Oh, that's cute. She's already so yeah. Interesting though. It's a lot more. Actually, it's a lot more detailed in the cover page. So I wonder, did she always have that tank top, or yeah, it's the same design. But did she always have that tank top, or once she found out she was possessed by Kurama, she's like, I have to design one of my tank tops to look like my Biju now. It's a law. But then again, her dad always had Kurama inside him. So like, maybe she's always had this, and now it's just appropriate to wear it because she also has Kurama. Let's see. Oh, okay, so they're boxing. Ow! The darn. I was like, oh! Just because you're my kind of pseudo daughter doesn't mean I won't beat you, child. Let's see. Ow! Wait, hold on, I need to take a sip. Then again, it's Baby Rama. What voice do I give Baby Rama? Hold on. Let me take a sip real quick. That was nowhere near a sip. I had like 3 drops in there. I was trying to drain out every last bit of it. But luckily, I'm near the end of the chapter, so I shouldn't have to talk too much and go refill that water. But let's see. That ain't the way. You don't get it at all. This feels so weird voicing Kurama like this. He's so small. He's so baby. Let's see. Huh? Listen. Don't rely on arm strength and throwing a punch. And don't kick using your leg strength. Your chakra. Accomplish it all through chakra control. Better control. Accomplish it all through chakra control. Better control than your average shinobi. Ah, okay. So interesting. He's essentially saying, but that's weird though, because she is human. And like obviously, chakra control is the core of like everything in Naruto, but like she still is human. She has like a human form that she needs to work around. It's like she's not technically she's not like the Biju, right? Like she has a physical form she is inhabiting. Because we know the Biju were just like large walking masses of chakra. It's why they could regenerate. And they'll always come back. Even if they're dead, then they'll reform. Because they're just chakra. So you destroy their physical chakra form, that's fine, they'll come back. But for Himawari, she still has a base form she needs to worry about, Kurama. Let's see. Better control than your average shinobi. I know that. I am a ninja, you know. Yeah, but currently you're just an average ninja. Let's see. No, you don't understand. Nope, you don't understand a thing. You are no ordinary. See, this feels so weird, but he's so tiny, so I gotta stick with it. For you are no ordinary shinobi. In fact, you're even a little different from a Jinchuriki. For those who host a Bishu inside them. Interesting, in what way? Let's see. You are human, and yet, if anything, you're more similar to me and Jura. How? Like the literal embodiment of the Biju? That doesn't make she was born a human though. That's interesting. So he's saying she's more like a living solid chakra mass? Is Himawari immortal? She can age though. Camera focus. There we go. But interesting. It's kind of weird. I wonder what he means by that. What do you mean by that? Like you're more similar to me because we know Jura is a living embodiment of the Ten Tails itself. And obviously Kurama is the Nine Tails. But interesting that Himawari is more like or more similar to them. I wonder why? Is it because Kurama was just directly reincarnated? Well, I guess the seed of Kurama that birthed in the baby Rama was inside Himawari, presumably from birth. So maybe she is more pure chakra. So like, does Boruto have a similar thing? Well, Boruto's pure Otsutsuki now. So whatever Boruto was probably isn't that anymore. But interesting. Huh? Listen, I'm not talking about what you are or aren't. Here, the point is solely what your fighting style should adopt. This is just a basic hint. So yeah, so Kurama, it seems that he is the same Kurama, right? I was wondering that for a little bit, but he is the same Kurama as before. He has all the information. He's just tiny. But that does make me wonder, what about his power is the same? Like is he the still like world-destroying fox that he once was when he grew big and fat off hatred, or is he tiny now? Like what? Why does he take this form? And does it have anything to do with his level of power? I don't know. Forget everything you know. Think of yourself as a personification. Okay, there we go. Let me try again. Think of yourself as all right. Think of yourself as a personification of chakra in human form. It'll all lead from there. Yep. Okay. So interesting. I wonder if she was born that way, or did Kurama rebirthing it, or did that? Because now she's a pure living chakra being? Huh. So she's very similar. So she's like a more tangible version of Hagoromo, if anything. Because, Hagoromo is also just a chakra sphere that travels throughout the ages. But now Himawari is that too, but with a more physical and present form. Alright, I wonder if she's always been that way, or if it was because of Kurama. That's easy for you to say. I can't even begin to imagine that. Fine. I'm tired. We're done for today. Oh, well, darn. Kurama, you can get tired? That's a thing? Let's see. Hey, Kurama, wait! Oh, he kicked out. Alright. Geesh, I wasn't done talking to you. Darn it, Kurama! So he controls when she can speak to him. That makes sense. Interesting, though. Because I guess they probably like have one uniform chakra signature now. So presumably the better control she gets, she'll, like her father, will probably be immediately able to dive back into herself and be like, hey, we're talking still. And Kurama's going to be like, ah. So we'll see. Very interesting development. So she's training with Kurama to figure out how to do things in her own internal world. Let's see. Oh, is that Boruto on the roof? That's Boruto on the roof. All right, they haven't detected him, so I'm guessing his chakra signature is real low. Oh, he's like, well, I mean, if she's working with that thing that's inside her, I mean, I could try it myself, right? Wait, is this? Don't tell me. Ah! It's been 84 years. It's been 2. But still, it's been 8. Well, it's actually been more than 2. I think it's been like 3. But it's been 84 years. my glorious, handsome, floating Otsutsuki King. How long it's been, my friend. Oh, how did I voice him in part 1? It's been literal real life years. Momoshiki, big bro. What has gotten into you to make you come seek me out? Big Mo, Moshiki. I'm so happy to see you, dog. I'm so happy to see you. He grew into one of my favorite characters in part 1. So I'm so happy he's back. Let's see. To make you come seek me out. Yo, freeloader. As sulky as ever, I see. Ah, okay. So that's why Momoshiki's just been quiet. He's like, man, I gave up. Let's see. I am deeply despairing because you have failed to die yet again and go on living. He's like, I'm waiting for you to boom. Eventually. I'm gonna get this body. Let's see. I should have left things well alone. That day Kawaki killed you. With reincarnation no longer possible, and me unable to take over your mind either, there's only one thing my poor, homeless soul desires now. To be freed of this curse via your death, and become nothing. Really? So wait, then why can't he use karma? Is it, like, I thought every time Boruto started tweaking about activating his karma was because Momoshiki was trying to take over still. What does he mean? He says, and with me unable to take over your mind either. You can't do that anymore? That's not part of the kit? That's not part of the bag? So then why can't Boruto use karma? Well, maybe that is it. Maybe he says, I can't take over your mind because you refuse to use karma. Maybe that's it? I don't know. Let's see. But I'm very shocked that Momoshiki's just like, man, I just want to die. Like just let me go. But I guess he is like a Pokemon, right? Like he is trapped in the Master Ball that is Boruto until Boruto dies. But the thing is, being freed from Boruto just does mean death, as he admits. So that's very interesting. Momoshiki is willing to waste years upon years, centuries upon centuries, millennia upon millennia of development just to die. Because he's like, man, I don't like being here. It sucks. Nothing in here. Let's see. And become nothing. I'm here to ask you something. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Could you consider lending me a hand? Oh, okay. Boruto's like, come on, dab me up, Momoshiki. Dab me up. Come on, dab me up. Let's see. Oh, don't make me laugh. What's point? I'm sorry. Don't make me laugh. Be gone. Just hear me out. I do plan to compensate you. How? If we're able to take down Jura, I'll give you my body. You can have everything you want. Even Momo and me both, we're looking at him like, I'm pressing X to that. What? It's not that deep. It's not that serious. It's not that. What? You giving up the butt? I guess because he wants Kawaki to boom him, but like, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. But, so this is how we're bringing Momo back into the narrative. I mean, hey, anything to get Momo back, though. I love Momo. So, sacrifice is sacrifice. You know, we make them all the time for the betterment of humanity, dog. But, all right. Interesting deal that Boruto's proposing. But it's likely Boruto himself hasn't picked up on how we feel about him. Likely? Oh, he definitely has no clue. Well, honestly, that's what's endearing about him. Yeah, he's typical main character. But, all right. W chapter. I like it. I like it a lot, dare I say. I like it a lot. And I think I like it so much because it's multi-tiered focus. Now this, in my opinion, is how you do a Boruto chapter. A good chunk was either confirmed or happening in the chapter. This chapter, despite being, let's see, well, not despite, because of being, how many? 41 pages. This chapter was 41 pages. And stuff is happening. One of my biggest complaints with monthly manga in general is that it sometimes feels like nothing happens. Like this month, we only get 12 chapters a year, and sometimes it feels like a monthly manga will come out and like nothing will progress. And Boruto's had that occasionally where I feel like nothing's happening. Or I feel like we got barely any new information, so it feels like a waste month after month. But this one, a lot happened. First things first, we freed Moegi, and off screen freed both Shinki and by proxy resurrected Gaara by freeing him from the sand seal that Shinki had him in. We see how the unsealing process goes and how the idea of the tree doesn't recreate the claw grime once the thorn bolt goes back in, and notably the individual does not seem to remember what they were doing or what their clone was doing as a Shinju. Then of course we get the confirmation of Shikamaru going on the phone with the elders, presumably talking about something that we don't get to see in this chapter. And then we have the idea of there possibly being a time limit, possibly not being a time limit, based on Sarada's assessment, or Sakura's assessment of Moegi. She doesn't have muscle atrophy or bone atrophy, but she does have mild malnutrition. She needs to eat a lot in order to maintain her body, which implies if trees do feed on people, mean there may be a soft, hard, something sort of time limit on Sasuke in particular. Obviously, there's Bug, but like, who cares about Bug? So essentially, Sasuke may have a time limit, he may not. That's what's up in the air now. There is reason for some sort of impetus on our hero side to go after the Shinju, even if the Shinju themselves are not all too active. Then we have the reunion of Konohamaru and Moegi, that's fine. And then obviously the Sarada and Sumire confession. This is a very good development of both of their characters, and Ada's very deep interest in it is also very, very nice. I just like to see it. I like Ada's character when it specifically interacts with other characters, so I like to see that. And then obviously the big thing for me, because, I just love me some Momoshiki. Also Himawari getting confirmed to be like a weird pseudo chakra being, very akin to like a physical Hagoromo or a more humanoid Jura, and essentially a more humanoid Biju. That's very interesting, seeing Kurama's mentality and how he's training her. That's going to be interesting to see. And obviously Boruto and Momoshiki. That's my thing. That's my, I just love me some Momoshiki. We only got what, like 5 pages? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of Momoshiki in a 41-page chapter, and only like 3 of them actually feature Momoshiki. Or is that 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them only feature Momoshiki, so like a tenth of the chapter Momoshiki. But overall, I love it. This chapter did a whole bunch. It did so much, and it did it well. So ultimately, this is a nice, juicy W chapter. If you've been all the way to this video, spare a heart. Like I think it's the name of Zenith's like Riku transforming move in Kingdom Hearts 2. Spare a heart. Or no, I think it's could you spare a heart. But we're gonna do spare a heart in the comment section down below. And then thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the notifications so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you can have a Patreon below, you support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include the live reaction to the series I'm to review, and variations of all my videos, and if you become a $12 Patreon $12 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, a link to my co-founder in the description below. You can drop 5 minutes for a short video, $12 being small video, or any views at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Daga the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Ura, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Swift Strike, Autumn Mornings Lazo, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, Azo2404, and G Prosper. I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Victor Raji, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Dread Owen, and A+A. I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Ink tier members: Austin Wimberly, Euchia, and Shrimpo the Shrimp. I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier members: Jay Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Waki Munoz and Waki Munoz.